Hello, welcome back to Otter Pop Culture, and today we'll be talking about a artist that I recently came across due to Spotify, and his name is something that's going to be hard to really pronounce. I think it's Ieuan or Ian. So he is this Bay Area singer who went from the Bay Area to LA, and now I think he's overseas and in the UK doing his thing over there. But so he has like three albums out already, but I'm gonna talk about the recent album that came out. Because I felt like it was the very first one that I listened to fully. So we're gonna go through that one. Don't forget to subscribe below and for more videos, and let's start with the first song and go down to the last. So the first song is Over the Garden Wall. I like the song. I definitely it definitely comes off as very like gloomy in a way. It's definitely talking about depression and everything. There I like the beat. And the thing about him is that I really like is that he, from what I understand, I'm assuming he's gay because there's a lot of conversations about boy, just like Troye Sivan, which is funny because he actually there's an interview that actually said that he's inspired by Troye Sivan as well. So you can kind of see the similarities in that, but the difference between those two is that he builds off of more of a trap music kind of sound. So which is, I think it's very unique and very different, especially from a queer musician. So the first song, Over the Garden Wall, features a rapper, Common Minds, and this is a New York rapper. He's like 18 and this guy is like 20, and it sounds like they've been doing this for years. Good song. Then the next song, which is one of my favorites, is called Ramona, and it's obviously a nod to Scott Pilgrim versus the World, because it's pretty much he mentions like 7 evil exes and stuff like that, and and the beat is just so smooth, and I love it, and it's a great song. It doesn't really have anything to do with the actual Ramona, but I think that's the reason for it. The next song is Boys That Dance, which I really, really like. I think is one of my favorites. I like it because it has like this weird like voguing kind of like sound to it, like with a kind of thing. So, and you can totally just vogue to it. And I think it's his first song off the album that's more like upbeat. It reminds me a lot of Years and Years. Like more of Years and Years had like more like a voguey sound, and because he has similar runs like the Years and Years main singer. I forgot his name, Ollie something, but anyway, Ollie Alexander. So sound very similar in that way because they both have that same type of range. But it's a really good song. I think that's my top favorite of this album. The next song is called Water Lily, and I kind of assume it's an interlude. It doesn't really say anything about it, but it's just short enough to where it kind of comes off as an interlude because there's not really much lyrics going on. But I love the beat. I feel like it's very smooth. I feel like the chorus though is kind of a little hard to understand. Like it still has like a chorus in a way, but it doesn't really have too much after that. But like it's a little hard to understand because it's kind of muffled. But I do like the sound of it. Next song is Closure, which is very interesting. It's one of the ones we actually can kind of see a lot of his songs. It seems like a lot of songs is kind of dealing with a lot of more serious matters. So this one is about like wanting closure with an ex, and it's really good. That one's one I really liked. It's once again another smooth trap song, sound and beat. The next song is another one of my favorites is Honey Lavender. I love Honey Lavender because it's without the lyrics, it's the whole sound of it is very nice. I like the I it's I like also like the idea of what the song is about too. Bringing in the lyrics, it's completely about like the whole thing that I've like a good handful of us gay guys kind of go through when you kind of have a crush on a guy, or if you're in high school have a crush on like on the straight jock or anything, and they start flirting back, or they like the attention, so they'll flirt back a little bit, but then when it gets to the next level when you want them to actually do more, they kind of back off. And so that's pretty much what the song is like. It's like pointing out that whole cycle, and it's very relatable. It's very interesting. It's very new. You don't really hear that kind of talk, especially in a mainstream kind of way. Next song is called "Please Stop Talking." Very snarky, very sassy kind of sounding kind of song. It's definitely talking about somebody that's personal, and it's pretty much being in love with a guy who goes out a lot and kind of like fucks other people and everything, and comes back, and like obviously he knows about it, but it's one of those things where it's just like he pretends like it's never happened and everything, bringing up excuses and everything. Hence the "Please Stop Talking." And it's funny because each verse ends with him saying that. It's like more like the pre-chorus, I guess. Like ends with him just like literally just speaking out like "Please stop talking," and they go to the hook, and I like that. I feel like that's a lot of a thing that he does. That's a thing that he does like in pieces of his albums. That he does like that kind of like just talk in the middle of it, or does a giggle or something like that. It's just pretty cute. Next song is "Love It When You Love Me," featuring James St. John. I haven't heard of him, but they match perfectly. Both have great voices. This song sounds very hopeless, kind of romantic, kind of just like we're a complete shit show, but I still love it when you love me kind of thing, which is kind of interesting and very, very, very loose and very vulnerable. So I like that. What are you looking for is the next song, and I like what you're looking for because it's actually, it kind of has like it's pretty much, so it's the last song, and it's pretty much ends you with kind of like a oh, what's gonna happen next, or what does this mean? So it's obviously coming off of meaning the song is about a guy that is a little too scared to commit, and so he wants this guy as like a kind of like a friends but benefits. Doesn't really want to go that far because he obviously must have some history with being hurt before. So it's like a very good nod to like, this is not why I want to keep it light and keep it casual. But obviously he still has some feelings for him. Actually going back, because I have a little more notes about the "Love It When You Love Me." I like it because one thing I also like about it is that "I Love It When You Love Me" has that type of like vulnerability, kind of like we're a little messy, but whatever, because it kind of has like it kind of reminds you a lot of, the vulnerability reminds me a lot of Janet Jackson Anytime. How she kind of like, I don't really care who's watching. Let's just like, let's make out. Let's do stuff. Let's throw some PDA out there. Who cares, you know? And so he pretty much says the same thing, and I love it. Come and goes over this like sexy, slow trap music like beat, and it's so good. So that is it for Ieuan Over the Garden Wall album. Check out his other albums, which is really good. The Pink Suburban, St. California. Those are just two that came out. Like they came out like 2006, 2018. So you can pretty much, it's still pretty recent. So you won't have like a super far different sound from it. So yeah, so that is the discovery of Ieuan, and for me. And so if you know him, leave a comment down, tell me what you think about him, if you've heard of him. If not, I definitely suggest getting into him. His sound is so much unique for now, and I think everybody would definitely benefit from his sound, especially his vocals. So leave a comment below, tell me what you think. If there's any more songs or albums you want me to get into, leave that in the comments as well. And I shall see you guys in another video. And I hope you guys are all having a great holiday. See you guys later.